Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my recipe for these beautiful black cake buns. Now, black cake buns are not a traditional dish at all. This is just a little something that I started to come up with in my own kitchen. All it is the traditional coconut buns recipe, but it has some of those soaked fruits that we would normally put in black cake put into this mixture. Let me tell you what, guys, all of that rich coconut, all of the fruits from the black cake, as well as this nice glaze that I put on top, make for an amazing dessert or snack. Trust me, for this holiday season, you're gonna wanna give these a try. And you know what? I love giving desserts or treats during the holidays to family and friends. This one right here is absolutely perfect because they're small and they're very easy to make. So if you want to see how I put them together, please keep on watching. The first thing that we're going to do is start in a large bowl, and we're going to go in with some all-purpose flour. And once I do that, we're going to add in the baking powder. And the baking powder is very important to this recipe, so this way your buns end up nice and fluffy. And then we're going to be going in with just a little bit of salt. This is going to help to round out all of those sweet flavors. And just like many of the Guyanese desserts that I make, a lot of them are not complete without a little bit of freshly grated nutmeg. So I'm going to be going in with that. And if you're interested in seeing the final list of ingredients and measurements, please check it out in the description box right below this video. All you need to do is click on the drop-down menu below this video, and you will see all of the information right there for when you want to put this recipe together. The next thing to do is add in your shredded coconut. Now, I'm using the sweetened coconut flakes from the grocery store, but if you wanted to, you could also use freshly grated coconut. I usually use freshly grated coconut in these recipes, but I wanted to do something a little easier for all of you who do not have access to fresh coconut. And once you give these ingredients a mix, it is time to go in with some unsalted butter, and I'm just going to keep on mixing this butter in until I get a nice sandy texture. And once you get the butter mixed in very well, it is time to add in our granulated sugar. Now, I'm using granulated sugar today, but if you wanted to use brown sugar for this recipe, feel free to do so as well. And once the sugar is added in and mixed, it is time to go in with your soaked fruits. Now, these are fruits that I've had soaking since last year. If you wanted to soak some new fruits and put it in this recipe, feel free to do so, but it is only a small amount. So if you have a big amount of fruits soaking at home, you just need to take out a little bit for this recipe. And at this point, I want to add a little bit of freshness and some more flavor to this recipe. So on top of the fruits, I'm also going to be going in with some freshly grated lemon zest, and I'm also going to be going in with some freshly grated orange zest. These are going to add some very nice flavors to these black cake buns. Trust me, go ahead and give them a try. And after you add in all of those zests, it is time to go in with some vanilla extract or essence. And I'm also going to be going in with some almond extract or essence. It depends on which one you have on hand and which one you prefer. I like to go in with both, but you can add one or the other or different types of extracts if you want. And right on top of that, I'm going to start to stream in some evaporated milk until I get a very, very sticky dough. You do not want this to be super wet like a batter, but you definitely want it to be sticky so this way the buns do not come out hard. And this is the mixture that you're supposed to be left with. Something that's very sticky and tacky, not too hard, yet not too soft. Just the perfect texture to drop them on the pan. And speaking of the pans, I have a large cookie sheet here, and all I've done is I've put some parchment paper on the top so this way they don't stick. If you didn't want to use parchment paper, you can butter a pan and put them on as well. And I'm just going to drop them on into about 1/4 cup measurements. You can make these as big or as small as you want. Just know that the bigger you make them, the longer you'll have to cook them. You know, in Guyanese households, whenever we make coconut buns, we always put a little piece of a cherry on top. So I definitely wanted to do that for these buns as well. And all I'm going to do now is pop them into my oven that's been preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm going to bake them for 15 to 16 minutes or until they're golden brown all over and they're fully cooked. So I pulled all of these beautiful buns out of the oven, and as everyone can see, they are nice and golden brown. They have a nice crisp around the edges, but they're super fluffy on the inside. Now at this point, while they're still a little bit warm, I'm going to drizzle on a mixture of powdered sugar and milk. What this is going to do is it's going to create a nice glaze all over these buns, and it's just going to add an added flavor and an added sweetness. And once you finish glazing all of these buns, you're going to let these sit on your counter for just about 20 to 30 minutes. Allow that glaze to harden up just a little bit, and then you can serve. These buns were absolutely amazing. I really loved all of the citrus flavor from the orange and the lemon. The fruits from my black cake were nice and flavorful, so they definitely added something new to these buns. And of course, that rich coconut flavor was running throughout. And trust me, dipping these in a hot cup of tea or coffee or a warm glass of milk truly screams the holiday season. If you all enjoyed this recipe, please don't forget to give it a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed yet, and make sure you join the Matthew's Guyanese cooking family and drop the comments down below. I'll see you all very soon. Bye everyone.